What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Ron back with DFS greatness, man. Hope everybody having a great day, man. Enjoying their Sunday, man. A lot of good options out there to watch. You got football, and you got 4 games slate for the NBA, man. But first of all, before I start my video, if you like the content, you like what you see, man, you feel like this information is helpful, like my page, subscribe to my channel, man. I'm just giving you guys great picks, great lineups. Let's have a great night. Let's get to it, man. This is just a 4-game slate for this Sunday. A very good 4-game slate too. At the top of the position, at the point guard, you always get the King, man, sitting at 11,000. He's projected to get 57.1 fantasy points tonight. It's 5 times value. He's $100 cheap on Fanduel. Last 3 games, averaging 55.6. 32% usage rate going against Detroit. I like him a lot, man. If you want to go that direction, spin up for him, you can, because it's always good to have somebody for the late night hammer, somebody you can have to play, because, you know, LA always play late. Going against Detroit, 17th overall defensive, and against the point guard, they rank 17 also. And my favorite one of the plays today is Devin Booker, man, going against Memphis. He's $200 more on FanDuel, 8,200, projected to get 42 fantasy points today. It's 5x. And he's averaging around 41 fantasy points a game with 29% usage rate. Going against Memphis' last 3 games, he's averaging 44 fantasy points. Memphis defense is ranked 27 against the point guard at 27 also. So I definitely like D-Book in that game. It's going to have definitely a lot of exposure with him, stacking him, Baines, Aiden, Rubio, and some lineups. You know, it's going to go that direction because that game total is it's going to be a pretty good game. So definitely going to have some exposure to that one. Yeah, man, Rubio, Devin Booker been playing pretty good. Like him a lot. And another guy I was talking about, Rubio, 6,800. He's $500 more on FanDuel. Going against Memphis. Memphis played pretty good yesterday. They beat the Clippers. But Rubio's averaging 36.5 fantasy points a game. He's projected tonight to have 36 fantasy points. That's 5 times value. He got 21% usage rate, getting around 32 minutes a game. So definitely like Rubio at that price tag. And you got Morant also, if you want to go for him. Going against Phoenix, they rank 26 against the point guard, 19 as a defense as a whole. He's projected to get 33 fantasy points tonight. That's 5x. He's averaging 33 fantasy points a game. He had a pretty good game last night against the Clippers, dropping 42 fantasy points a game with a 27% usage rate, getting around 29 minutes a game. Definitely like Morant. It's just somewhere cheaper. You can spend down at point guard if you want to go the direction. And another guy I like too is Colin Sexton. Pretty lately, the 2 guards for Cavaliers has been playing pretty good with Sexton and Garland. They've both been playing good. Going against Minnesota, 24th as a whole, and they rank 20th against the defense. So I like him a lot. He's cheaper on FanDuel, so if you want to go that direction on FanDuel, it's $600 cheaper. At the 57 price tag, he projected to get 28 fantasy points. It's 5 times value. He's averaging around 27 fantasy points a game. Last game, 40, 27, and 26 with a 27% usage rate. I like him a lot, man. They playing pretty good, you know. And another guy, like I mentioned, at the price tag, at 4,600, Garland. I like him a lot, man. Been playing pretty good last 3 games, averaging 20 fantasy points a game. He's projected to get 46 fantasy points today. They projecting it. He's cost for 4,600. He's 21 points he projected to get. He's $100 cheap on FanDuel with a 21% usage rate. I like Garland a lot. You know, if I want to spend down, it's probably about what I would go. But if you want to go to 5,300, you got Colliver. You want to play him because I know T probably I don't think he's playing. If you want to go that direction, he's $800 cheap on FanDuel, 28th as a whole, and they rank 27 against the point guard. He's 5,300. He's projected to get 20 fantasy points a game. That's 4x with 20% usage rate. Last 3 games, the guy been playing pretty good. Definitely like him. We're gonna go that direction, but I'm gonna be balanced today. I'm gonna have some exposure to at 4,600 Garland. I feel like that's a good play to go that direction with him. And at the shooting guard position, Devin D-Book. I like D-Book a lot. And I like Jimmy Buckets, man. Going against Portland at 7,900, projected to get 43 fantasy points, 5x. He's $800 more on Fanduel. He's averaging 43 fantasy points a game. Last 3 games, 51, 36, and 40 with a 26% usage rate. Hopefully Jimmy Buckets will play pretty good, man. Every time I play Jimmy Buckets, man, he always burn me. But, I'm going to think positive today. Hopefully he can have a good game. They rank 18 at the position and 23 as a whole defense. So I definitely want to have some exposure to him today. And if I did go down, I definitely like CJ McCollum at 7,000. That's one of my favorite plays. He's $200 more on Fanduel at 7,000. He's projected to get 36 fantasy points a game. That's 5x. Last 3 games, he's averaging 36.7 fantasy points with a 26% usage rate. He's averaging 38 fantasy points going against Miami. So I like CJ, man, because they need instant offense, man. Because Portland hasn't been playing good at all, man. They've been getting smacked. They got a win the other night, but they just been losing every time they go against a good team. They get smacked. So Miami is a very good defensive team. So, definitely have some exposure to that guy. So I'm going to go get Devin Booker. And for the small forward position, you got a lot of good options. I mentioned the King. I mentioned Jimmy Butler. A guy that I like a lot at 7,100 is Kelly Oubre. Averaging 33.2 fantasy points a game. He's projected to get 34 fantasy points a night. Just about 5x. He's $500 more on FanDuel with a 22% usage rate. Going against Memphis, they rank 27 as a whole, and at the position they rank 12. So I definitely have some shares of Kelly Oubre, man. I'm gonna have a lot of exposure to the Memphis and Phoenix games. One of my favorite games of Slate. And another guy I like too at 6,300 is Robert Covington. He's on a trading block. I think they want to trade him. He's $600 cheap on FanDuel going against Cleveland, 28th as a whole and 26th against a position. At 6,300, he needs around 30 fantasy points, just about get about 5x. He's averaging 26.6 fantasy points a game. Last game he had 47, so it's a good player because he was so short-handed and he needed instant offense. He got an 18% usage rate. I definitely like him a lot. If you want to go that direction, play him in your lineup. And another guy I like too, I feel like he's too cheap if you don't have him in your lineup. Jay Crowder. Man, I played him yesterday, man. That guy had a career game. At the price tag 4,500, he's projected to get projected to get 25.5 fantasy points. He's $200 more on FanDuel, so I like the DraftKings play. Last game dropped 62. I played him yesterday, man, early only. It was a good play. Won me a little money. He got a 16% usage rate. He's playing around 31 minutes a game. His minutes are going to be there, so I definitely like him. If you want to spin up, you can definitely go have Jay Crowder in your lineup, man. He's a very good player. And at 4,300, another guy I like, Sadie Osman, going against Minnesota, 4,300. He's projected to get 20 fantasy points a game. So just about 5x. He's averaging 20 fantasy points a game. Last 3 games, 29, 24, 29. With a 16% usage rate. I like him a lot. Just somebody cheap. You can go get some big dogs in your lineup. Do not see anything wrong with it. And if you want to go, I always have exposure to Kyle Kuzma late night, man. If you want to have somebody for the late night, just sitting on the bench waiting so you can get some points. I like Kuzma, man, going against Detroit, against the position that ranked 25th at 4,800, man. He's averaging 19.4 fantasy points a game with a 23% usage rate. So when he come in the game, man, he just shoot, instant offense. He don't care about like passing. He just like to take shots. He's averaging 39 points going against Detroit. So I definitely like have some shares of Kyle Kuzma. If you want to go the direction with him, do not see nothing wrong with Kuz. If you want to just be cheap and just go that direction with him. I'm at the power forward position. A guy that I like a lot. You got big dog Anthony Davis, man. Going against Detroit, he's going against Drummond. Most of the time, probably going to play Drummond in the paint. I mean, they got JaVale McGee, but JaVale McGee played by 5 minutes, and they take him out the game. They ranked 17th as a whole, and they 25th against the power forward. So he's averaging 52.3 fantasy points a game. He had a big game on Friday going against New Orleans. He dropped 73. It was personal. He took it to the heart going against his old team. He got a 31% usage rate. He's averaging 46 fantasy points going against Detroit. So he got projected to get 5x. He needed about 54 fantasy points to get 5x for you if you want to throw him in your lineup. He need around that. He should be able to get that. It's just to play out the game. Detroit, they're on the back-to-back. Lakers had a day off. That make a difference. Fresh legs and worn out legs. So Kevin Love, man, he's not happy there at all, man. He want to get traded. If you watched the game last night, he wanted the ball. He just threw the ball like say somebody's feet was. He went to Colin Sexton, wanted the ball, just like Jerry, just crying and stuff. At the end of the day, general managers, they make decisions, give people massive contracts. He got a massive contract. I think he owed like $100 million. Now, teams is not messing with that, man. It's a lot of too much salary, man. Kevin Love almost got dunked on. So if he would have got dunked on, he should have got retired anyway. Anyways, Kevin Love, he's not the same player when he went back in Minnesota and maybe like his first 2 years in Cleveland, not the same at all. So I think he probably would get traded, just that contract. They probably have to do like some more teams with him. But anyways, that being said, 24th as a whole and 24th against the power forward position. At 7,400, he's projected to get 36 fantasy points tonight, and that's about 5x. With he's averaging 36 fantasy points. If you want to go the direction with him, with a 23% usage rate. Last game he played, Minnesota dropped 63 fantasy points. I'm not probably going to play no Kevin Love. I might have him in some few lineups. But a guy that I like also, he's pretty cheap to put in my lineup. I like Aaron Baines, man. I'm definitely going to have exposure to Aaron Baines. Last 3 games, averaging 25.6 fantasy points a game. Going against Memphis, 27 as a whole, and 21st against the power forward. So I like him a lot, man. He needs around 27 fantasy points to get 5x. Last game he dropped 42 from 15 to 29. Going against Memphis, he's averaging 27 fantasy points. I like Baines, man, with the bigs. I mean, they're going against Jackson, but Jackson, he's not fouling happy like he was last year, man. That guy was fouling like crazy last year. So he kind of calmed down with the fouling. He's not doing that. But if I did go cheap, like the cheapest person I would go with until you guys put in your lineup, I like Derrick Jones. At 3,300, I feel like it's cheap. He's 1,100 cheaper on he's 1,100 more on Fanduel. So I like the DraftKings play going against Portland. Last 3 games, averaging 17.4 fantasy points a game. He's getting around 24 minutes, so that's definitely some good minutes to do something, man. He just needs 20 fantasy points tonight to get 6x. He should be able to get there probably by halftime. With 15% usage rate. That's just a guy if you want to just go cheap. And also right below him, Miles Leonard. He's $300 more on FanDuel. 3,300. He needs 16 fantasy points to get 5x. He's averaging 14.6 fantasy points a game with a 12% usage rate. This might mean something to him going against his old team. You know, he might have a chip on his shoulder, but I doubt it. But you can have some exposure to him if you want to. But a guy that I'm going to throw in my lineup, I'm just going to be a balance. I was actually kept to play with. I'm going to go on Aaron Baines. And at the center position tonight, you got a lot of good options. Anthony Davis, I mentioned him already. My favorite play is going to be Hassan Whiteside, man. He hated Sproles, and he hated that coach with a passion. Hated him, man. Like he stopped playing him, started playing Bam Adebayo. Whiteside was pissed about it. You know, he was not happy being in Miami. So at the price tag, 8,500, I feel like it's too cheap. He's very cheap, cheaper than he was Friday night. So I like Whiteside. He's 1,300 more on FanDuel. All he needs 43 fantasy points to get 5x. He can have that by halftime. Last 3 games, averaging 41.6 fantasy points a game, 62, 44, and 55 with a 20% usage rate. I like him a lot, man. Going against Miami. Definitely going to have some exposure to him. Another center that I like tonight is Bam Adebayo. Also, going against Whiteside, he's $1,000 more on FanDuel. I like the DraftKings play. They rank 23 as a whole and 22 against the center. At 7,600, he needs 40. At 7,600, he's projected to get 40 fantasy points. That's 5x. He's averaging 40 fantasy points a game. Bam Adebayo, man, he kind of been terrible. He ain't really been dropping those points like he was at first with a 20% usage rate. I definitely like Bam Adebayo. And another, I'm not playing him. I'm putting him. Another center I like too is DeAndre Ayton. I'm going against Memphis, $600 more on FanDuel. I like the DraftKings play. They rank 27 as a whole, 21 against the center. At 6,900, he's need around 37 fantasy points to hit 5x. Last 3 games, averaging 37.2 with a 22% usage rate. I like him a lot if I want to spin down for him. And if you want to go to Valanciunas, you can. Going against Phoenix, he's $200 more on FanDuel. And he against a center that ranked 27 at 6,500, need 32 to hit 5x. 32 fantasy points he's averaging the last 3 games with a 22% usage rate. Definitely like him a lot for a cheap play. But, man, for the center, I'm going to go ahead and get my guy Hassan Whiteside, man. This is a core that I'm probably going to have a lot of exposure to, man. You got like 15,000 to play with, dog. It's enough money to build like a decent lineup, real good lineup if you want to go to the direction, because you can always take Baines out. If you want to go get on, like I said earlier, Kevin Love, you still got money left. But I'm going to be balanced, man. Definitely going to get Baines, man. That's the guy I like a lot. We still got 15 to play with, man. This is a core I'm rocking with, man. And hopefully this video has been helpful for you guys. If you feel like this video is helpful, like my page, subscribe to my channel. Until next time, I'm out. Good luck, everyone. Let's get to it.